Groundbreaking new pop-up live webinar series. My name is Luke from Equilibrium Risk. My name's Luke from Equilibrium Risk. Sorry, there we go. So this is our first. Our first series, you can discover a wealth of insights about Martyn's Law, one episode at a time. So each episode is no more than 30 minutes, and we will unveil a brand new facet of Martyn's Law, which delivers bite-sized, focused learning sessions like never before. But that's not all. As well as this dynamic webinar series, we're also rolling out an exclusive audio event where you can dive into the conversation and join in discussions and take part of this brand new experience. So today we're live streaming across our social media channels. I shall be monitoring the comments, so if you've got any questions, put them in the comments and I will try to answer them as we go along. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So today's topic is why Martyn's Law affects manufacturers. And to answer or to understand this, I'm going to look at sort of three specific things: who Martyn's Law applies to generally in a general sense, the qualifying criteria that means Martyn's Law will affect your business, and lastly, the activities that you may conduct in your business that could mean that Martyn's Law affects your business. So hopefully by the end of it, you will have a good understanding of why Martyn's Law affects and applies to your business. But before we get into it, let's have a quick look back and understand what Martyn's Law actually is. So Martyn's Law, the official name, the Sunday name, whatever you want to call it, is the Terrorism Protection of Premises Bill. And it's currently in draft form, and it's due to go out to consultation to businesses in the immediate future. The last update was just before Christmas. It's going out for consultation soon. It stems from the Manchester Arena bomb. If you remember back to May 2017, a suicide bomber detonated a bomb in the foyer of Manchester Arena as partygoers were leaving an Ariana Grande concert. 22 people died, including children, and hundreds more were injured. It sent shockwaves across the UK and across the world. One of the victims was Martyn Het, which the name Martyn's Law has been derived from. Martyn Het's mother, Fagan Murray, has campaigned for increasing protection and preparedness around public events and public spaces. And this has then led on to what's now being drafted as the Terrorism Protection of Premises Bill. So that's the background of Martyn's Law. So that leads us nicely on to today's topic: why? Why does Martyn's Law affect manufacturers? Now, there are two main criteria which means your business falls within the remit of the new legislation. The first one is you must have a capacity of a maximum capacity of over 100 people. And secondly, your premises must be open to the public. Now, on the face of it, that seems quite straightforward. However, if we delve into a bit more detail, we'll discover that it's not quite as straightforward as first thought. So let's get into it. So firstly, having a maximum capacity of over 100 people, or public people. Now, from a manufacturing point of view, How does that impact? If you have a business that has 100 employees and you have an extra person, does that mean your business qualifies for within the remit? Or if your business has 50 employees and then you hold an event and you have another 51 people, does that mean you fall within the criteria of Martyn's Law? Um, if you have 25 people in your business, you only have and you have a large event of over 100 people, does that mean you qualify and you fall within the scope of Martyn's Law? So there's a few questions or grey areas around how that will affect manufacturers. But is it just a case of you need 100 visitors, public people in your business to fall within the criteria, or is it a mix and match between the two types of people? So hopefully the consultation that's due to happen will answer some of those questions. The second criteria is your business premise must be open to the public. Now, again, a bit of grey area here because there are qualifying activities that means your business automatically applies. Now, I've highlighted 4 that are particularly of interest to manufacturing organisations. Firstly, if you host visitors or a tourist attraction. Second, if you hold any temporary events. If you are a place of interest. And lastly, if you are an educational facility. And we'll go into a bit more detail of how I think or how they affect manufacturing organisations. Other criteria includes entertainment and leisure, hospitality, food and drink, sports facilities and grounds, places of worship, and lastly, health facilities. But the first 4 are the ones I think really impact manufacturing facilities. If you host visitors or hold temporary events, or you are a place of interest, then you fall within the scope of Martyn's Law. Now, manufacturers are members of trade bodies, as you know, and they hold networking events. They hold best practice events where they invite people into their organisation, show them around the location, and again, may talk about networking. They may have a best practice event. They may sort of share insights, etc., etc. So under the new legislation, these sort of temporary events will fall under the legislation of Martyn's Law. Last one I mentioned was educational facilities. And again, manufacturing organisations hold college visitor days to attract apprenticeships, etc. So if these sort of events where you have colleges, schools, visiting, showing around the latest new robot, for example, or the latest bit of kit you've got, again, these sort of activities will fall under the scope of Martyn's Law. So on the face of it, the number of people over 100, premises must be accessible to the public, is not quite as straightforward and clear as we first hoped or thought. And again, hopefully the consultation will iron out, clear up some of those areas of uncertainty. So what are your thoughts, initial thoughts on Martyn's Law? Do you think it will affect your business? Are you automatically in the scope of Martyn's Law? Are there any activities that you conduct in your business that may fall within the remit of the new legislation? If you have any questions, don't forget about our exclusive live audio event, which is happening on Thursday, 1 p.m. Over on LinkedIn. I will drop the link to the comments below. So that's really it. I thought it'd be short and sweet. Let me just quickly summarise on those main points. Martyn's Law will affect your business if you have a maximum capacity of over 100 and your premises is open to the public. So we spoke about the capacity of how it may impact manufacturers, and also the types of activities that you could conduct as a manufacturer that could mean that your business falls within the remit of Martyn's Law. Our next event, if you want to pop in and learn something else, will be held on Thursday, the 17th of January. And again, I will stream that across our social channels. And we'll be talking about the impact. So the impact it will have on manufacturers and what manufacturers must do to comply with Martyn's Law. So before we go, let me quickly copy the details for our audio event across our social channels. There's one, and hopefully there's the other. So again, thank you very much for popping in to this pop-up webinar series. I hope you found it useful. I look forward to seeing you on our next event. In fact, I look forward to seeing you at hearing you on the audio event in a couple of days, and then seeing you on our next live stream next week. Thank you and goodbye.